What is shaking, everyone? Welcome back. It's been a while since we've had one of these conversations. It's been all park adventure videos, whether that be Disneyland from August or Walt Disney World from November. We had a blast in each, and I've been busy, and that is why we haven't been able to have one of these sit-down conversations to address some of the recent news involving the Disney Company. Today we're going to be discussing the new Walt Disney Company CEO, but before we get to that, I wanted to give you some of the upcoming things that are going to be happening this year here on this channel and some of the adventures that we might be going on. Now, some of it I have to remain tight-lipped on because some of it is kind of time sensitive and also not 100% certain. But we will be making a trip back to Walt Disney World here at the end of April. So that'll be something definitely worth looking forward to. And if all plans go right, everything falls in line, come May or June, not sure which, we are going to be hitting a lot of parks, and a lot of them are going to be in Florida. Also along the way, we are going to do a lot of home vlogs if, again, everything goes right, because it's going to be a big step in not only our channel's growth, but mine and Ashley's growth as well. So we're going to have a lot of fun this year. And again, I'm going to reiterate all this, go over it all again in a month once we find out for certain what is going to happen. If all the plans align and we find out whether yes or no, all that kind of stuff, when we find that stuff out, I will get back on here. We'll have a whole separate conversation about what's to come with this big change that might be happening. So okay, let's get to the stuff that you guys came here to see, and that is, let's find out who the new Walt Disney World Company CEO is now that Bob Iger has resigned. Earlier this week, Bob Iger stepped down from the CEO position at the Walt Disney World Company, and his replacement is Bob Chapek. He has been with the company since 1993, but let's dive into who he is, what he's done, and his climb or rise to success, and to the now new CEO of the Walt Disney World Company. First, we're going to go all the way back to before he worked with the Walt Disney World Company, and he worked for H.J. Heinz, yes, the ketchup company, and he worked there in brand management. In 1993, Chapek joined the Walt Disney World Company at Buena Vista Home Entertainment. That is the company responsible for the distribution of VHS tapes back then, and he was named president. Fast forward to 2006, Chapek was promoted to president of the worldwide home video department. Yes, that might sound like the same exact thing as it was before, but there was a lot of name changes and kind of realignment in the distribution process. So that is an entirely separate little section, I guess you could say little arm of the company. In 2009, Chapek was once again promoted to president, but this time of distribution for Walt Disney Studios. In 2011, can you guess? Chapek was again appointed president of Disney Consumer Products. Don't worry, we're almost caught up here. In 2015, he was named chairman of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, and subsequently in 2018, when Disney Consumer Products and Walt Disney Parks and Resorts merged to form one company, Walt Disney Parks Experiences and Products, Chapek was again named chairman of this arm of the company. So here we are back in 2020, and he is the new CEO of the Walt Disney Company. Oh, and in case you were wondering, Bob Iger isn't really leaving, at least not until February of 2021. He is now the executive chairman for the Walt Disney World Company, so Bob Chapek still kind of has a boss, and it's still Bob Iger. Let's take one last look back at the 27 years that Bob Chapek has been involved with the Walt Disney World Company and the influences and what he has done over those said 27 years. He oversaw Shanghai Disney being built. He expanded the Disney Parks brand. He also oversaw Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. He was the force behind that at both parks. He's also the force behind Avengers Campus at DCA. And one last thing, he expanded, well, not just expanded, he doubled the amount of cruise ships in the Disney Cruise Line fleet. So as you can see, Chapek really is about expansion and growing, which is good to know for Disneyland and for Walt Disney World and all the other parks. He is about making things bigger, better, and setting up a brighter future. Lastly, Chapek is implementing and enhancing the employee experience with new health benefits, new childcare, new diversity programs, new education programs. He's trying to better the life of Disney employees. Over the years, there's been a lot of controversy, a lot of backlash against how the Walt Disney World Company treats its employees. Well, hopefully that's all going to change under the new CEO, Bob Chapek. Oh, wait, I did forget one more. He is a board member of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now, I find that very fascinating because he might have more opportunities now, if he didn't have them already, to involve Make-A-Wish, to help children, to help families that need that little spark to, however it is, to enhance their lives or their experiences, whatever it might be. So having him on, or having him be a board member for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, I think is really neat. It's really cool, and hopefully we can kind of see that going forward. Hopefully you can kind of put it out there, let people know that, hey, the Walt Disney Company is a big supporter of Make-A-Wish. They have been for years, and it's always been there. But hopefully with Bob Chapek, it comes to the front burner and really shows through that the Walt Disney World Company cares, and kind of expands the brand's relationship with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So there you have it. That is a kind of quick rundown and description of who Bob Chapek is and his rise to his new position as CEO. So the next question is where do we go from here? Where does the Walt Disney Company go with the new CEO in charge? And I think I've already kind of mentioned it. It's going to be growth. Everything's going to grow. At least hopefully everything is going to grow. Whether that means new lands in Disneyland, new lands in Walt Disney World, maybe another park in Walt Disney World, who knows? But I can say that he is going to try to grow the parks as a whole. Everything is going to grow. We might see another park somewhere down the line, a whole new resort that might take shape. He's all about growth. He's all about crunching numbers, and it's all about progress. At least that's how I can see it. Now, I love Bob Iger. I had no complaints with Bob Iger. He did a great job in, again, he was a big factor in Shanghai. He was a big factor in a lot of stuff that's going on in Paris. All this construction that's happening in Walt Disney World and Disneyland. But I think Bob Chapek is going to push hard for a lot of growth. Push hard to expand the Disney Parks branch of the company. So there you have it. Leave your comments down below if you like this new addition, or if you like Bob Chapek taking over for Bob Iger. Like I said, Bob Iger isn't going anywhere. He's going to be here for another year until February 2021 as the executive chairman of the Walt Disney World Company. Basically, he's going to be Bob Chapek's boss. I'm taking it he's just going to stay here to make sure Chapek doesn't screw it up. So like I said, just leave your comments down below. If you like it, if you don't like it, where do you think Chapek is going to take the Walt Disney World Company? Is it going to be more focused on movies? Is it going to be focused on parks, growth, whatever it might be? Leave your comment down below and let's have a little conversation, because I'm curious to see what all of you think. So that is going to do it for today. It's been a while since I've done this. Let's see if I can get it right. If you haven't done so already, give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when other videos like this or other park adventure videos are uploaded. And as always, if you are at any of the Disney parks, tell Mickey and Minnie I say hi, and I will see you all a little later.